Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and happy Purim. Purim is here, and it's such a joyous, unusual holiday, as you know. And I thought we'd talk about this holiday for this video Devar. This Shabbat actually is called Shabbat Zachor, which means remember. And what are we supposed to remember? We're supposed to remember what Amalek did to us in the desert. We read about it in Torah, and what Amalek did is he attacked, as the Israelites were crossing the wilderness, but he attacked the women and the children, the most vulnerable. So we blot out the name of Amalek. Not with noise, actually with noise, and not with violence. So I have some noisemakers, like these groggers from Israel. This is all wood, no metal, and it's a big grog, and it needs a little work. And then we have this beautiful grogger, which is, I call my Lion King grogger. Again, we don't hate Haman, who is a descendant of Amalek. We hate what Haman represented and what he wanted to do, which was to destroy the Jews. Where do we read about this story? Right in here. This is a Megillah. This is a beautiful Megillah case. 17th century Austria, and we turn the little dove of peace, and here is the Gansa Megillah, right here. And we're going to read the story and tell the story. And people ask, is this story really true? I'll tell you. We don't know. One reason we think it may not be true is because in Jewish history, every time Jews were singled out to be destroyed, it usually happened. I need another hat for this part. In this case, because of Esther's efforts and standing up to the king, the decree was not reversed, by the way. Actually, what happened is that the Jews were permitted for the first time to defend themselves, to fight for themselves. And we read the story and we realize that Israel still has many enemies. Hamas, Hezbollah, very active, with an intent of destroying Israel if they could, and Israel has every right to defend itself. Interestingly enough, those are all H's, like Haman, descended from Amalek. The H's, the hate, H continues. People ask about the Hamantaschen. If you come Friday night, you'll get to taste them. If you come Saturday, Sunday, we have Hamantaschen all weekend. Some people think it must be Haman's hat, but we don't know if Haman wore a hat or if that was the hat. But actually, it's from a word the, mun filling, taschen, pocket, the pocket with mun filling. But when you come to our taste-off, you're going to have every possible filling imaginable, from chocolate to peanut butter to anything you can imagine. That's part of the fun. It is said that when the Messiah comes, all Jewish holidays can be abolished. Really. Except for Purim. So strange. Why Purim? Because it's the holiday where the Jewish people, in a sense, took destiny into their own hands, fought for what they believed in, stood up for the righteous cause, and were victorious. And their spirit and their strength and their inspiration guides us. We tell this story, it seems wild and crazy, but underneath it all, there's a very profound message for us. We need to tell this story over and over again. Be part of this glorious weekend. It's going to be fabulous. Starting with Friday night. Come as you are. All weekend you can come as you are, actually. Actually, come as one of the Purim characters. Friday night at 8 o'clock, topsy-turvy service. What does that mean? It means there's a big wheel of fortune. It's a big wheel. We spin the wheel, and whatever prayer it falls on, that's the one we're doing. And that will be a lot of fun and confusing as well. And then we get to Saturday, and there we have Havdalah at 6:30. And then we have Hamantaschen tasting and spirits leading up to the Megillah reading at 8. And then on Sunday, of course, we have the Spiel at 10. And then we have the Carnival at 12. And a very special service is always on Saturday, 1 o'clock, in support of special needs, a 1 o'clock service. We are going to celebrate Purim in a grand way, in every way. And we want to see you and see you all weekend. And if you want to volunteer to help us out in any of this, we could still use volunteers. Happy Purim, Hag Sameach. Love to see you this weekend. Shabbat Shalom.